Good Sunday morning to you all. Hopefully you guys are doing great. I am on the road, but we got another Watchmen update. These are going to keep coming your way. Please do keep your reports coming in and your updates. Might be a little bit dangerous today. It certainly was yesterday with the protests, these No Kings protests that have been staged trying to overthrow the democratically elected government. A top U.S. military commander suddenly resigned. This is a big news story out there, and the stock market cratering. John Bolton submits to arrest, and let's just say it's truly ironic given to why for what he said in the past. We'll discuss that. Labor unions are suing Trump because, of course, they are. American communities devastated by flooding and evacuated. You're probably not hearing about this story. It's a big deal. Orange juice. Fake prices and extra wide aisles out there. A lot of reports come from you guys. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates. If you guys have something to share, make sure you use the word update, and that gets it to the right place. We do want to thank our sponsor as well, Genesis Gold Group. They help people with retirement accounts to get out of stocks and bonds and into something safer. If you want to move your retirement into gold, silver, or platinum, physical precious metals, that stuff that you can hold in your hand, you may want to find out more. There'll be a link at the end of the video. All right, so apparently there was a leftist protest yesterday nationwide, but government spending has stopped, so I'm not really sure who is paying these people. And we all know the answer to that. The billionaires out there trying to overthrow the democratically elected government because they want to be anti-stuff that they actually are. This is a serious thing that we need to be watching out for. The danger out there. There were incidents across the United States of confrontation. These people aren't there to just say their piece. They're not there to be seen and heard. They are out there to agitate, and they were definitely doing that yesterday. Some of the protests devolved into riots as it became dark, and people were being terrorized. Cars were being surrounded. This is a situation where you just want to stay away from this stuff. We're trying to warn you about the protests coming up and trying to warn you to stay out of areas where that protest would potentially be happening. And that is exactly what you should do. Don't be where these people are. And is that right? Is that wrong? I don't know, but it is safer for you not to be there. Now, let the police deal with it, or if you are someone who needs to be taking control of that situation, make sure that you have a whole bunch of other people backing you up, okay? Don't do things by yourself. Don't do things in contravention to the law. Make sure that you have the law on your side when you take action, but, think things through, please. Not just what's going to happen immediately, but what's going to happen after that. People who get into confrontations with these people in the wrong jurisdictions find themselves, even though they were attacked, find themselves the ones in jail for a very long time. And if you think that they're going to let you off the hook, no, they let their folks off the hooks. They do not let you off the hook. Blue states prosecute anyone who is not a diehard blue person, okay? There's only one color that they care about, blue and red. And if you're not blue, then in their mind, you're the reddest of red Republicans, okay? They think that you are everything that they hate, and as soon as you are to the right of them politically, even if it's just an inch, they think that you are literally the devil. All right, the top U.S. commander of Southcom, which basically controls areas of U.S. military operations in Central America, South America, and the Caribbean, he resigned suddenly. Now, people resign and stuff like that. No, this is like the career pinnacle, or the peak of a career. This is like what you've been working towards your entire career, to get promoted into a position like this. Sometimes it's a stepping stone into the Joint Chief of Staff, but most people don't get out of that. Like, he's already won the He's fought for this hard. You don't get there accidentally. You have to compete and win and play politics, and you got to get there hard. And for you to get in that position and then resign is very surprising. Now, apparently, why he resigned was basically due to the strikes on the speedboats in the Caribbean. He's being ordered to do these things, having special operations, target these speedboats with helicopters or with aircraft, and he doesn't like that. Now, I've raised some issues with that as well, just the idea that how do we know that these people are who we say they are, and who's supervising that kill chain? Because while we're being told we're at war with these people, one, who are these people, right? How do you qualify who is and who is not a combatant in this situation? And then it's just, there's a lot of questions there, and I just like to feel a little bit better that those questions are being addressed and are being overseen by civilian commanders and civilian senators, congressmen, that type of thing. Now, President Trump has acknowledged and has advised the Congress that, oh, I hope that's not symbolic, losing part of the flag there. It's not supposed to come down like that. We're still learning how to make this all work, but we will, and we will continue, right? All right, so are we supposed to take out speedboats that are taking out, that have certain people on them? And is it being supervised by civilians? Hundreds of residents from a remote Alaska village, a lot of Alaskan natives there, are being airlifted after a storm, which was Typhoon Halong, battered the low-lying communities over the weekend, wiped away homes and killing at least one person. 2 others are missing. It's one of the most significant airlifts in Alaska history. This is out on the Aleutian Islands, and hundreds being flown out by military aircraft, National Guard aircraft particularly speaking, 500 kilometers to Anchorage after the shelter in a regional hub, the city of Bethel, was filled with dozens of evacuees. They just couldn't handle that many people, so they had to take them to Anchorage all the way. A lot of people devastated. If you see the videos and pictures of just the houses underwater, the whole village underwater. 2 villages particularly that got hit by that. Stock market on Friday taking a beating, and this week taking a beating as U.S. credit fears have added to the worries of other things happening. Basically, people are not repaying their loans, and this is a surprise to the banks because they've been told that all these people are going to always repay their loans. There's never any risk in banking. There's no, it's that's what they've been telling themselves. That's what they've been understanding. But the fact is that there is risk. Anytime you're making money, there's risk involved. And somebody's taking a risk, and whether it's you or somebody else, and these banks are just being surprised by the fact that people just aren't repaying their loans. And what's really happening is that these loans are being bundled by other people, and they're trusting that these bundlers of loans are putting good loans together, when in fact what they're doing is they're adding bad loans to the mix, right? They're mixing bad loans with good loans in order to make it look like a set of good loans, and then they're reselling it. That's what they did in 2008 with mortgages, and now they're doing it with car loans, they're doing it with personal loans, they're doing it with every kind of loan out there. And the bankers are being totally surprised once again that this is happening. Can't believe anyone would ever do that. And yet, it's like you're dealing with bankers. Of course they'd do it. John Bolton has arrived at court to surrender to authorities on 18 felony charges on the classified information case. Basically similar charges that he was cheering in 2023 that the president was facing. He was saying basically that President Trump's political career is completely over. He should just turn himself in. He should demand that the court hearing happen within 30 days so he can clear his good name if he thinks he's innocent. Well, it's all terribly ironic because now that's basically what he's being charged with too. And yeah, so shoes on the other foot. Let's see if he thinks it's the same thing. And that's part of the thing with the White House has been like, well, if they went after President Trump and they said nobody's above the law, anyone else who has done these things is now needing to be prosecuted to the same extent and the same way. And so they're going after basically all the people that went after President Trump because those people that were spouting all that basically did the exact same stuff. What did Hillary Clinton do with a server in her basement? Who was storing stuff in their garage? Yeah, Biden was. I mean, so who hasn't done exactly the same kind of stuff that President Trump is doing? And the part of the problem is that when you're president and when you're in those offices that you have classified stuff coming through, anytime you make notes, anytime you put your thoughts down on paper, there's the question of, has what you've just put down on paper become classified based on what you know? And whether you lean on some information, allude to certain information, or give an opinion based on certain information, your notes, even your personal notes, become classified. But they're still your personal notes. So it's kind of like you keep them, but like you just need to properly store them. Anyway, it's all complicated. Labor unions, not complicated at all. President Trump being massively pro-manufacturing, bringing manufacturing jobs back to the United States. So all the trade unions are voting for. No, the trade unions are against President Trump. And they're suing him over social media monitoring of visa holders. So foreigners. Trade unions are going nuts over President Trump trying to enforce laws on foreigners. Basically makes people on visas submit their social media handles, and then the government looks at their social media handles and makes sure that they're not spouting anti-American or extremely political stuff in violation of their visas. Department of Homeland Security is now going to impose a $1,000 fee for migrants who are granted humanitarian parole. So if they get to stay in the United States, they do have to pay a fee for that. They don't just get it for free. They're going to be able to work inside the United States, so they need to be able to work, provide for themselves, and they need to cover some of the expenses of the government. Now, the goal of the fee is to institute accountability and prevent rampant fraud of the parole system, right? So there's identification that happens when you have fees like that too, and the fee money can be used to then provide more oversight. And it deters misuse because a bunch of these parolees don't even exist, is what they've been finding. So by forcing them to pay a fee, makes it less incentive for people to cheat the system. New York City schools is now suing the education department over $50 million in grant cuts due to their confused bathroom policies. Let's just put it that way. They've been stripped of federal funding because they're allowing the wrong people in the wrong bathrooms, and that is a violation of Title IX, as well as sports teams. Yeah, the law needs to be enforced. That's why Title IX exists, is so that men can't use the wrong rooms and that men can't take over women's sports. That's exactly why Title IX exists. And it's funny how leftists basically violate explicitly all these things that we understand are, you can't have separate but equal, and yet now we have leftists trying to promote separate facilities for different races. They're trying to do basically everything. The affirmative action was basically racist policies. Anyway, getting into your updates here. Lady Farron says, Northwest Florida area. Most orange juice has sugar, so I pay the price and get Matt's brand, and Sam's offers fresh squeeze, but both of those are almost $10 a bottle. Crazy. But if you want the real stuff, it just costs a lot more. Paula says, I was here and we were talking about how they're mixing the foreign bitter orange juice juice with the Florida sweet stuff. Paula says, I was here in Newton, Iowa yesterday and was buying a 24-pack of caffeine-free Diet Mountain Dew. And it says one price on the app and it says one price in the store. It's $2 difference. So what's with the misinformation and the pricing? Why is Walmart doing this? It's annoying. Stop it. Solotap says, a manager at a Dollar General store in central Minnesota informed me that over 3,000 food and other items in the store are about to rise in price. They're going to be going up. She said that prices will be more like the local grocery store costs. This could be coming into effect November 1st. So no more $1 canned green beans, corn, sliced potatoes, or $1 sections. This will eventually kill Dollar General overall. Kind of sad since plenty of older people use our Dollar General to get essentials to get by. So heads up on that. Dollar General is about to hike their prices, at least in Minnesota. I don't know how widespread that is, but we see that pivot. Dollar General is not doing that well financially. They need to raise their prices, and it's gonna destroy their model, right? If people stop coming, then you stop making money there too. Wandering Soul says, Denver, Colorado, same thing happened here. We bought the raspberries that were on sale at Costco and they rotted out almost immediately. Shore Skeptic says, our local Stop and Shop in Manchester Township, New Jersey, is in the midst of a reset. The aisles are now wider and a couple of them were shortened to create a giant space in the middle of the store. I'm assuming it's for palletized items, but who knows? Right now, there's holiday stuff in that spot instead of food. Multiple aisles have paper products to fill in the gaps instead of food. There are no white eggs other than 18-count cartons. We're having issues with eggs with the new the cullings out there, the 5.5 million cullings of egg layers. And they were sold out of Hellmann's mayonnaise in both 30 and 15-ounce jars, which have eggs in them, and they weren't even on sale. I'm hoping this is just a temporary setback. Once again, that's Manchester Township, New Jersey, Stop and Shop. Jones says, I went to Ingles yesterday and I needed to buy full throttle condensed milk. I saw the fat-free version, which I won't use, but the entire shelf of heavy milk was out. When I asked one of the managers, he said that there is none in the back as only fat-free was delivered. This time of year, many recipes call for condensed milk, but we're not seeing it. Is anyone else seeing a shortage of condensed milk? Let us know, because that's a big deal. They can continue to say, so just like beef, eggs, etc., the condensed milk. I'm unavailable in many areas. Anything that people need is being deliberately withheld, it looks like. Susan says, I got an email from Summit Utilities for the state of Oklahoma. They are being asked for yet another rate increase in December 2025. Keep watching those emails on your bills because rates are continuing to climb on electricity. Power companies made some bad choices, and you're going to have to pay for it. That's just what they're saying. Maggie says, Mesa County near the Grand Junction area and surrounding, our electricity is going up another 4%. The notices goes over tariffs as a significant reason. Maureen says, well, for the first time ever, I've seen no eggs at my local Walmart. We're getting an increasing number of these reports. There were a few organic, cage-free, and brown eggs, but no regular eggs, large or others. I always thought we didn't need so much of what everyone else sees because we're in a blue state and near a metropolitan area, but I think we're now in the thick of it. All right, friends, thanks so much for your reports coming in. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold about what you can do with your retirement account, there's a link right there on the screen. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up there. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.